Hello, Monsters Abound here, and welcome back to Total War Troy and part whatever this is. 9, 7? I can't remember. I came in with such conviction, and look what's happened. It is 9. I got it right. It was 9. There we go. Part 9 of my Rhesus campaign. But you know what? I really do enjoy Troy. I genuinely do. I think the campaign can maybe go on for a bit long, but I do think the AI needs to be a bit better at recruiting like nastier stacks, because they do tend to recruit just garbage units, and it's not really too much of a problem to deal with. But overall, I love the campaign mechanics. I love the different types of settlements. I think that's really cool. I love the resources. I love like the divine will. Like, I think it's just a really nicely done Total War game. A really good Total War. If you haven't picked up Troy, I would urge you to give it a try, because it really is just a satisfying campaign. To be honest, it's just a very nice, satisfying campaign. I think what we're going to do. You don't need to be in ambush. You can move over here. We do need to get another countless army, but we currently cannot afford it. But we are recruiting some Hydra units, which is exciting. We don't really need much in the way of bronze, which is good. So we've got this one here. This reduces morale and speed, which is fine. Do we have anything? Increased rage gain when in combat. That could be quite nice. So what's this do? More charge bonus. Okay. Freeze. So what's that? Stamina, speed. So it makes them faster. This makes their stamina reach. To be honest, I don't really need the stamina, in my opinion. I'm going to say speed. Let's go with speed. Made the choice. So we've got Rhesus. Rhesus' army is terrifying. To be honest, I'm tempted to get rid of the giants and replace it with more scary boys. But you know what? A few tanking units, not the worst thing in the world. And we're getting some Hydra boys. We'll get those then, and we can also then get. We need to get. Do we need to get these guys? How many can we get here? So 3. I mean, that's not bad. We could do with more. We might need to do some more raiding. Need some more stuff. That's what we need. Now, we're currently not at war with the Greek factions. Although it looks like the Greek factions are at war with the Trojans. That could give us the opening. We could maybe sweep down and take them out while they're busy taking on Troy. You want gold for 10 turns. You're going to give me a shit ton of wood. How much gold am I making? No, I want all my gold. You really want my gold? I can, if I raid that faction next door, I can get more. Oh, I've got that bonus to recruiting. If I recruit units the next few turns, it's fine. We have, wait, is it this one? No, this one. Celestial Iron. So units we recruit for the next 3 turns get more melee attack and melee defense. So, I want to get as many of these guys as possible. I don't know. Yes, let's do that. Let's finish off that. Then we need 4,000 wood. 1,000. I mean, that's doable. We only need to be in this province, don't we? So we've got 3 more turns. So what we could do is we just go over here, do some more raiding. That's going to give us a big chunk of wood, stone. Then we can upgrade that next turn. Complete it as well. And then we can go over, recruit the 4 Hydra boys. And then maybe another one as well, 5 Hydra boys. Then we'll have a very tanky front line. With, you know, poison attacks. And also a nice line of Hydra archers as well. It's a bit of a win.
Zalmoxis favors us.
Ooh, we're gonna have to. Yeah, that's a lot of heavy sword skirmishers right there.
Meet your end.
That's gonna be not fun times. We've taken the rest of the province though, so that should be fine.
Loyal to the last. Doing Hades' work.
We could maybe try and take you on. I'm not sure how that would work though. So we need to save our wood and stone, and then we should hopefully be able to recruit some really nasty Hydra Spear Boys. It should be said the Hydra Spear Boys are not the best on attack, but they don't need to be, because as long as they're very, very tanky, they can just sit there and poison people to death. As long as they can tank the damage, the enemy will just slowly die. More melee attack for our chariots, which, you know, we definitely need more melee attack on our chariots. Yeah, yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay, we do this. We do this. Then we come over here. And we can then recruit as many of these as we can. How much are these to upkeep? Only 10. That's fine. I'm going to get rid of these guys.
Command me.
And these guys.
I'll do it right.
So do that. You guys will have 59 melee defense. That's not bad. That's pretty legit.
That's beyond me.
And I mean, I could try and siege this place down. It always just feels like sieges are particularly brutal. Maybe if we get, I mean, how long are they gonna? 2 turns.
Thracians engage. Maybe
we should do a siege just to see what it's like. You know, if you've never seen a Troy siege before, you'll be like, holy shit. I haven't really defended sieges very often. Normally I'm on the attack. I think the AI likes to like just siege you down because obviously it's way easier. Medium would be nice. Let's go with this because then we can get more melee attack and melee defense. A little bit more bronze as well. Wouldn't go amiss. And let's do that for Ares. That's almost going to get that back up. We need to also 3 turns. We need to get Hephaestus back up as well. Once we've got lots of armies running around, we should... Divine Will should be out the wazoo. That should not be a problem. But at the moment, we're struggling a little bit because we don't have the priestesses, so we can't sort of, like, manage it as well. Although, with that said, having the priestesses constantly, like, have to do things every 3 turns on the cities was always really quite annoying. No. So I'm kind of fine. Did I just accept? I just accepted that, didn't I? I didn't mean to. Never mind. I can't remember what that was. Troy recovers. Good for Troy. Right. 39 gold for... Okay, well... You know, wood is not the worst thing to have. So, we'll get 1 more Spear Boy. They're going to be very tanky, which is great. So we couldn't quite get the... I mean, they've got 2 less melee defense than they potentially could have, but that's fine. I'm okay with that. We really want to upgrade... Okay, you're fine. You could do with that. We could also do with that. You recruit that.
Lay waste to them.
We got... So, shall we... yeah, okay. Let's go for a siege, shall we? Let's see sieges. So we're going to see why you shouldn't fight sieges in Troy. They're just really punishing. Like really, really punishing. Because I always get a message or comment or something going, why don't you fight sieges? You just wait for them to take attrition and then auto resolve. Yeah, of course I do. fucking obviously. Have you seen how much fucking damage you take if you actually try and fight the siege? Yeah, it's quicker, but it slows you down because you're almost certainly going to lose a unit or two. They're that bad. I mean, you've got these renowned slingers. They're just pummeling. I mean, it doesn't really help the fact that our only shielded units aren't even that shielded. 65%, you might go, well, that seems pretty shielded. Not shielded enough. And devoted to Zlamois, these guys don't have shields. They've just got a big stick to hide behind. And they're not, it's not, I mean, they've got armour, but that is not, it's not protecting them very well. Meanwhile, over here, got more units moving up, of course. The only unit, I did want the giants to push the old battering ram, but they didn't want to. So I guess I could have sent them to bash the door down because they can do that, can't they? Yeah. So they can do that, but it's, I don't know, it felt very costly. So we tried sending the battering rams in, but as you can see, I mean, the war chanters here are getting absolutely fucking wrecked. Just arrows in the face. It's not very good. We've managed to at least reach the gates here, but the devoted are getting absolutely annihilated. There is fire raining down on their heads. I mean, you'd think they'd be using the cover. That is what the siege tower is, you know, not siege tower, the battering ram is for. You get some sort of cover, but these guys, they're just like, nah, we'll just stand behind it, actually, thank you very much. And so they're getting absolutely fucking wrecked. Our chariots trying to give the enemy a few more options to target. Meanwhile, the Burb is currently trying to occupy some of the enemy missile units. There goes the gates. Yeah, that happens. And the devoted are... they're out of control, but they're not doing anything. They're just sitting there, which is not really ideal. The chariots are now into the city because this is basically the only chance we've got. We need to run everyone down, because if we don't run everyone down, then, well, I mean, look, the war chanters are already dead. We're charging in here. Everyone's charging in, but to be honest, there's, I mean... Yeah, you see, this is why... Yeah, this is why you don't... This is why you don't bloody do sieges, mate. Beep, beep, motherfuckers! In we come. The Thracian chariots with their ridiculous amounts of melee attack, charge bonus, all that kind of good shit. That is, I don't know if that's causing a rout already or what, but they are getting, oof, yeah, run down.
Your warriors have been routed.
Yeah, that will happen. So we've managed to push into the city, but we are now surrounded on all sides, which does mean that we are struggling to make ground, which is what the chariots are now going to come and help us out with, because obviously they're going to run into the back of these units and run them all down. That should then cause a bit of rout. In comes Rhesus. Ah, he's what a lad. Straight in there. In come the other chariots, right into the flank. These heavy sword skirmishers are tanky. They don't much melee defense or attack, but they don't need to, really, because they massively outnumber us at the moment, I believe. Yeah. I mean...
Make them bleed!
Yeah. Now, I had a real issue with my Odysseus campaign, which is what I started with. Got a lot of dust here. You can barely see where you're going. Bloody nightmare. Odysseus, when I was fighting Hector and he was using his Hector's Chosen, and those guys are fucking insane. Absolutely fucking insane, those guys. They could tear me apart. I had no response to them. And if they had a garrison and an army in a city, I was basically like, I can't really deal with that. I don't think I ever finished my Odysseus campaign, because basically I got to a point where I was like, I can't actually win this, it's too hard. I'd taken Troy, that was actually pretty easy, but then trying to finish Hector off was a bloody nightmare. There's 20 war chanters left here. We can see we've lost a lot of men, at least half the army. I mean, just the sheer, I mean, just the chariots have really pulled this through for us, and even they're taking an absolute beating. They've even got towers inside the city, which means that you're still taking tower damage all throughout. Most of the enemy army is now routed. I think it's just this little blob over here. And you can see we're still trying to hunt down units like the Renowned Stingers. The Giant Vanguard is still fighting against the Heavy Sword Skirmishers. We just need to get the chariots. Well, will they please stop it? We just need to get the chariots in here to finish off this last little blob. And hopefully that'll be enough. We've definitely lost the Devoted and potentially some more units of infantry, which is not really ideal. In comes the Burb, and it looks like that hero has dumped his Aristia. But that's fine, because this battle is over. We have won, just with incredibly heavy casualties, and that's why we don't do sieges, basically. Yeah, so if anyone wonders why I don't fight sieges very often, that's why. Oof. Alright, well at least Ares leveled up. He got a big chub on from watching that. Right, we better go back and recruit some lads, I guess. Can we do this one? I need a royal barracks and an armory. I don't have either of those. So I need that one. How much growth do we have? Oh, so we have enough to build it. I just don't have the stone yet. Okay, that's fine. So we can meander back and sort that little problem out. I don't really want that building. That's not important. I don't need that one either. And we want the armory, which is that one. So let's do that. Well, no, in fact, we probably want that here, don't we? So, cancel. This is fine. I like that. I might get rid of it, though. Oh, we don't need the growth, though. We can get rid of that. And then we can get the... Yep, let's do that. Okay, good.
Descendant of Ares.
Okay, good. Yeah, so that's why we don't fight sieges very often.
I've got what it
Because they're not very pleasant. Eventually, you can get siege towers. But until then... I mean, even after that, it's... Ugh. You know, fighting street by street is not really ideal. Let's get a little bit more. Obviously, you don't get as much per each army, but you get more overall if you're raiding the same. And we're just going to be getting, you know, a whole bunch of extra resources there, which will be quite nice. And we'll have our Hydra boys. That's good. I could potentially make the Hydra armor even nastier. I mean, we got the ghosties. I could get rid of the ghosties. I don't necessarily need them. A maelstrom. Where? There. Okay, not too much of a problem. Then we can meander over here. Do some raiding. I mean, this army seems overall fine. We've got some flanky boys. We've got some chariots. We've got some very tanky boys. We've got a giant snack. I mean, all of that is just genuinely quite good. Okay, let's replace our poor lost units. So if we get you and we get you, then we should be able to finish that off. We're getting 573 gold a turn, so we should be able to rush that, and then we can replace...
Mightiest of kings.
Wait, what do we get for the armory then? Where is it? Where are you? There you are. Are you better than the War Chanters? You must be. You must be better than the Pan Boys. You 38, 34, 84. 40, 37, 98. So, yes, you are. It's slightly more costly, though. But this is our best army. I mean, we could just replace it with War Chanters. The War Chanters are terrifying enough. All of these guys are terrifying enough. It's not really going to be a major issue. What we do need to do is boost our Hephaestus up so we can get another Divine Craftsman. That would be good. You guys can just sit there. You know what we do need to do is we need to get another Countless Host. So, let's go with... It doesn't really matter where we go, does it? Let's do something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do we not have the... Oh, we've reached the maximum. Oh. Oh, bugger. I need more stuff. Okay. We'll get our army back up and running. And then we'll continue our march westward. Oh, hello, Ajax. You're going to give us a lot of wood for stone. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to say no to you. I just don't need that much wood. You've got too much wood, Ajax. I've always said it. Way too much wood. Okay. You need to come up here. I mean, the sheer amount of gold we're making from this place is fucking ludicrous. I kind of want to finish you off. So let's do that. Then we can get the Royal Barracks. And we can finish you. And we can do that. And you'll be done in 4 turns. And then we can get more gold and sort that one out. We can get more wood for that. And then we could potentially recruit even nastier two-handed units. Do I want to push? I mean, these guys do not like me, but that's not a massive surprise considering, you know, all of the raiding and shit. You don't like me either. I'm supposed to be an ally of Troy, but
Discussing this cannot hurt. I'll hear you out.
Troy doesn't like me enough, and I have no particular interest in giving them stuff to make them like me because it doesn't really do me any good. So I guess I won't.
Making my mark.
I do like all this gold. Okay, so there's a little mountain there. There's a little pass, but that is like a choke point we can use. Who owns this? It is still... Macedon's pretty big. How many settlements do you have?
I'm surprised you're bothering.
Can I see? There we go. 6. Slight issue might be they might land naval forces over here, which would be undesirable. I think what I might have to do is recruit units and then bring Rhesus down here, basically to fend off any potential attack. Just take these settlements really quickly, and then Hydra Force, Hail Hydra, can mop up these ones. I think that's what we need to do. Oh, Ares.
Without fear.
Stop being such a melodramatic whiny boy.
Might of Thrace.
Okay. Do we just want to get the water, or shall we... Okay, let's finish that off.
In defense of Ilion.
Because then we can get you. Now, what do you do? So, last stand berserk. Last stand. Flanking attack improved. And shoot while moving. So it looks like you're just overall better.
I will do it.
So do we want to get rid of you guys and replace you? Maybe. Let's do that.
King Rhesus.
Where have you gone? Oh, I don't have the bronze. Oh, fuck. Right. who has rich in bronze? You? Oh. Wrong button. Nope, not stone. Bronze. Yeah, you. That
I
one.
can't
Right.
see this ending well.
Shush. Okay, I want, actually, I've changed my mind. I want a single barter. And how much bronze do I want? Wow, you're fucking loaded. Like, you've got everything you ever want. But you would take some gold, which I can get a shit ton of. So if we do that.
I can do that.
Good. It's done, mate. It's done.
Scourge of the Achaeans.
And then, so what, you guys just more heavily armoured than the Pan Boys? So they got 55. So you cost 23, which is fine. So we can do that. Yeah, so you're just slightly better. You've got a speed of 40 compared to their speed of 45 because they are medium infantry rather than... So eventually we could maybe switch that around, but for the moment that's workable. We can go with that. Okay, we need to plan our next attack. I'm making so much gold here. I just don't want to lose all my gold. Look how much gold I'm making. Do you know how hard it is to make that much gold in this game? How much gold is? Oh, it's like gold dust. Except bigger. Okay, we finished our recruitment. That means we need to go to this province to get them all tricked out. Bop. There we go. Right, now we're good. Now we're good. Hello.
With Athena's blessing.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I could potentially take these guys.
By Ares' side, to battle. Loyal to the last.
So if we come over here, here's what I'm thinking. If we lay siege to them, and then we attack them, they'll retreat. But at that point, they should retreat away from the city, and then we can jump them. If we can then take... Does this have a garrison? It does. A big garrison? No. Okay, so what we could potentially do, take out one of the armies that's outside the city, and then we can lay siege to it, and if we can then siege it down before they can get another force up, that could work. We'd probably lose a lot of men, but I mean, they're a countless army, who gives a shit? Okay, minus 10 recruitment for medium units. Rhesus is a campaigner. Okay, you marching, you are marching. Good lads. Good lads. I mean, I'm in no rush here because, you know, I'm making 478 gold a turn, which is pretty good, not going to lie. Okay, this is bull because if this goes wrong, then we could be in some slight issues, but I'm going to...
Doing Hades' work.
Okay, so we're going to attack this, declare war.
Break some heads.
We lay siege.
Death or glory.
Then we attack these guys. They can't then help, so we can hopefully kill these guys with this army, which is not as good as our other army, but they're still mostly just filled with mountaineers. Kill these guys, and then we can maybe take the city, or we might need to stay here to help out. But if we can siege down the city before they get reinforcements, then we can capture all of this. Although, having said that, I don't know if the Countless Army can actually capture stuff. Tidal Wave. Ooh, that doesn't sound good. Battle's going to be a toughie.
Your warriors have spotted hidden foes.
Because my boys, they're not that good. They're fine, but they'll probably trade. So we have to be a little bit more careful here. Got blobs of mountaineers heading towards us. The Highland tribesmen clashing against them. Meanwhile, on the flank, we have our Highland warriors. These guys have got two-hand axes. Moving on the flank there. We need to try and flank some of these guys. We've also got the Highland Raiders.
Foe has sighted your hidden units.
What do they do? Vanguard deployment. I mean, everyone's got Vanguard deployment, so that's good, I guess. Fighting in the trees. Need to get around behind them. Get around behind them, and this battle is as good as won. Or is it? Because our general is... Now, our general is unbreakable. He will not flee, but he is currently busy fighting a lot of plainsmen over there, plus another unit of plainsmen. And in the centre, our unit's actually broken, which is going to cause some issues. But elsewhere, our Highland tribesmen are actually holding the line fairly well. We've actually got a few routes over on our right flank, which looks pretty good. We're getting some nice surrounds over here as well. You can see we've caught these units of mountaineers. So they're now having a bit of a rough time. Hoping to see a bit of a rout there. They hit me with their hockey sticks. And over here, yeah, these guys are going down pretty hard. And there we go. There's the rout. And this means we can now start moving up the battle line. Our javelins, and I do love javelins, helping to rout these mountaineers over here. How many kills do they get? Just out of interest. 15, 19. I mean, not many, but still. And then we can get around behind this large blob of units here, which is where you wish you had a burning head or something. Fighting amidst the golden wheat. Staining it red with their blood. So javelins coming in there. So we've managed to break the units over here. Our general's still fighting, and we're trying to send some assistance by, you know, in arrow form, I guess, in arrow form. This big blob of units is starting to be whittled down. You can see some routes happening over here. We've managed to mop up on the flank. A few units coming back to the party, but they're going to be not too happy about that. We can get some nice surrounds there. We do need to take out their hero. He is killing a lot of our men, and there's very little we can do about that.
Your warriors are losing heart.
Ah, they're fine. Don't worry about it. I mean, these guys look very heavily armoured, but they're not actually that armoured. Okay, we had a little bit of a rout here. This is fine. This is fine. We got this under control. These guys will rally. We've got some good action going on over here. We've got lots of our units just picking off theirs.
Your warriors have been routed.
No, don't rout. Stay and fight, you big jerks. That's it. Get lots of javelin fire right in that flank. That's looking really good. 54 kills. 54. Oh, 9. Holy shit, 92. Jesus, 60. Very nice. Yeah, lots of javelins coming in on the flank. That's doing a huge amount of damage.
Is close enough to taste.
It's almost there. We've almost got them. Those javelins turn the tide of battle, getting a lot of kills. And then the last few units of mountaineers slowly going down. Getting a little surround there as well. Our general unit's still alive. One man remaining. And the enemy army flees just before he goes down with 49 health. Our general... It says Sons of Strymon, but really should just be Son, because there's only one left now. But that's probably fine. That's, you know, that works. Okay, we won. That was a little bit trickier than I would have liked.
Move it, man.
Still. Sent them scuttling for cover. We won't get replenishment, will we? Unless we do this one. So we need to do this. Yes. So roll with that. You will then start replenishing, which is...
Not really an option.
No, it is an option. It totally is.
Show me blood.
Okay, I think we should be fine to then take these guys out.
I'm afraid I cannot.
You won't replenish. You will have to head back there to start recruiting anything, and we will replenish, and then we should be able to take the city in next turn. That's the plan, anyway. Well, will that work out? Who knows? Who the fuck knows? Oh, wait, what? Oh. Oh, of course. They can't reinforce each other, can they? So countless hosts cannot reinforce each other. It's a bit of a problem, isn't it? I mean, if we can do enough damage, and it is close, and this army's pretty fucked, so we might be okay. We're going to have to fight it either way, but that is going to have to wait until next time. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.